Hey guys, welcome to lesson 8 of the Y-Log 6th grade worksheet curriculum. Let's start off right away with finding the perimeter and area of these shapes. I'll be doing numbers 1 and 4 with you guys, and always remember to show your work. Let's jump right in with number 1. Let's find the area first, but in order to find the area, we want to pretend that this side of the rectangle still exists. So later we could subtract the big rectangle and subtract the small one from it to get the area. So first we're going to take these two numbers, 19 centimeters and 18 centimeters, and multiply them, because in order to find area we need to multiply length times width. So 19 times 18. 9 times 8 is 72. 8 times 1 is just 8, plus 7 is 15. 9 times 1 is 9. 1 times 1 is just 1. Now if we add this all up, we get 342. We'll keep this number in mind, and we'll now find the area of this small rectangle here. In order to do so, we have to use 7 centimeters and 7 centimeters and multiply those two to get the area. So 7 times 7 is 49. Now we'll use these two numbers and subtract it to find the area of the shape. So 342 minus 49 is 12 minus 9 is 3, 3 minus 4, 13 minus 4, 9, and 2 to get 293. Now we can write 293 on this line, but because units are given, we want to write centimeters squared. So now let's find the perimeter. The perimeter is a lot easier than the area because we don't have to multiply anything. To find perimeter, we simply just need to add all the sides together. Now we can see here that this side and this side have missing lengths. So we want to find the length of these two sides first. Let's start with this side. In order to find a missing length, you want to use 19 centimeters and this 17 centimeters and subtract them. So 19 minus 7. That'll give us 12. So this side right here is 12. Now we want to find this side. In order to do so, similar to the last one, we have to use 18 and 7. 18 minus 7 is 11. So this side is 11 centimeters. Now that we have all of the sides, we can just add all of them up. So 19 plus 18. We'll start with these two. 19 plus 18 is 37. 37 plus 11 is 8. 48 plus 12 is 60. 60 plus 7 is 74. So the total perimeter of this shape is 74 centimeters. Let's try number 4. This time, we're going to be working with triangles. Now, before we start, since we're going to be finding the area, you want to take note the area formula of a triangle, which is base times the height, and you want to divide that by 2. Now, with that in mind, let's get right to it. So, we can see here that the base is 9 centimeters and the height is 9 centimeters. So we just simply have to do 9 times 9 divided by 2, which can be written as 81 divided by 2. 81 divided by 2 is 40.5. So the area is simply 40.5. Similar to the previous question, because the units are given, you always want to write the unit squared for area. Now, let's find the perimeter. Finding the perimeter of a triangle is really similar to finding the perimeter of a rectangle we did. We just need to add all the sides. So, 9 plus 9 plus 13. This comes out to be 31. So, the perimeter is just 31 centimeters. Not too bad, right? Try the rest on your own, and the questions on the second page are very similar to what we just did on the first one. So let's go on to the next section, which is repeating decimals. So what you want to do for these questions is you want to first divide and then write on the line if it's a repeating decimal or not. What a repeating decimal is if the number after the decimal repeats on forever. An example of this would be what I just wrote, or 4.7 with a bar over it. The bar means the 7 continues on forever. So, I'll be doing numbers 2 with you guys. Let's get right to it. So, 91 divided by 9. 9 goes into 91, 10 times, go on to 90, and the remainder is 1. So, we write 1 here, write a 0, bring the 0 down, and add a decimal. So, 9 goes into 10 once. 9 times 1 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. And then we add another 0 and bring it down to get a 10 again. 9 times 1 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. We can see that this pattern repeats on forever. So we can see that 10.11111 is the answer to number 2, which means it is a repeating decimal. So on the line, you want to write 10.1 with the bar over it, and write that it is repeating. Not too bad, right? But keep in mind, not all of these are going to be repeating decimals, so don't worry if the answer comes out perfectly. Now let's go on to the last section, which is graphing. So let's go into the first one, which is write the letter of the correct ordered pair. So what this question wants us to do is write the coordinate of the shape given. Let's try number 3. On number 3, we can see that it is asking for the coordinates of circle. So on the graph above, we want to locate where circle is and find out the coordinates for that. We can see that on the x-axis, it is a 7, and we can see that on the y-axis, it is a 6. So, on the line, our answer would be 7, 6. Not too bad, right? Let's try the second section, which is creating a shape. Now, these questions are similar to the ones we just did, but this time it's the opposite. Instead of writing the coordinate of the shape, it wants us to draw the shape of the coordinate. The wording is a little confusing, so I'll do number 2 with you guys. So, 3, 7. It wants us to draw a shape at the coordinate 3, 7. So on the graph, we want to locate where 3, 7 is. So on the x-axis, 3 is right here. And on the y-axis, 7 is right here. So the point at which these two intersect is right here. But instead of drawing a boring dot like that, it wants us to draw a shape. For shape, I'm going to choose a star. Like that. Pretty easy, right? The other 3 questions are going to be similar, and you can use the same shape or different shapes.